everyone, it's Lisa from budgetequestrian.com, and today I'm going to show you how I clean my saddle. So to do this, you'll need a saddle, and then you will need some different type of leather cleaning and conditioning products. You'll need some rags. You will need a saddle soap. I'm using Leather New foam because I like that it comes out in a foam. And I'm also using Antares leather conditioner. Some other items I have is Passier leder-balsam, which is another type of leather conditioner, and also a Passier bridle cleaner. This is like a liquid saddle soap that sprays on. You'll also need a bucket of warm water. So once I have gathered all of my cleaning supplies and I have my saddle ready, I'm going to get my rag wet. Then I'm going to spray the saddle soap foam all over the leather, and I'm going to clean every part of my saddle. This means the top, the bottom, the underside. Make sure you get in all of the seams and just scrubbing away, getting away all of the dirt, sweat, and grime that can accumulate on your saddle. By keeping your saddle clean, it'll make it last longer, and your saddle is a really expensive investment and you want to take care of it so that it will last as long as possible. So I'm just scrubbing the saddle soap foam into the leather to make sure I get it all nice and clean. And after I have that done, then I'm going to take a clean rag and wipe away any residue. And once I do it on one side, then you have to continue to clean the saddle on the other side. Again, you want to get in all of the nooks and crannies, any of the seams, any of the little edges that saddles seem to have lots of. You want to make sure all of that is nice and scrubbed and clean. Typically, I will clean my saddle, just wipe it down after I ride. But then usually about once a week or so, then I'll really get in there and make sure that it's all nice and clean. You also want to make sure you get the billets and the underside of any parts of the leather. That's why I really like this Leather New foam, is you can just squirt some on the saddle and then just clean it off. And I think it's important to also just make sure there's no water left on your saddle, because you don't want to ruin the leather, because again, it's a really expensive investment. And I feel it's important to do this a lot because you want to make sure that the saddle is pretty. And I love having a pretty saddle. The more you work and clean the saddle and condition it, the better off it's going to feel and the softer the leather is going to get. So once I have it all nice and cleaned, then I'm going to apply my conditioner, my leather conditioner. And for this, I like to use the Antares leather conditioner. You don't have to use very much of it. A little bit goes a long way. And I like to do this once my saddle is clean, because I guess, I don't know, but it just seems like the pores of the leather would be opened up so that it will be more absorbed into the leather. And it's better to do it when it's clean, because if you put leather conditioner on a dirty saddle, you're going to trap dirt and grime and stuff down into the leather, which will probably make the lifespan of your saddle a little bit less. So I like to make sure I get all the nooks and crannies again, but I don't want to leave too much leather conditioner built up around the seams or any of the stitching, because it could deteriorate the stitching and then make the saddle fall apart. But this is a saddle that I got off of eBay, and it's a really, really nice saddle, but I didn't pay a lot of money for it. Actually, I didn't pay anything for it because I built some horse jumps and stuff, and I basically got this saddle for free. So I really want to make sure I take care of it, because it is an older saddle, and the previous owner did take really good care of it, but I want it to last as long as possible. So that's why I usually clean it after every ride lightly, and then at least once a week. Especially if I'm riding a lot, I do this once a week, especially with the leather conditioner after it's all been clean. And after I have the saddle clean, then I need to make sure that my stirrup leathers are clean as well. I do the same thing, making sure I clean it with the saddle soap first, and then I wipe off the excess, make sure it's relatively dry, and then I apply a leather conditioner. The stirrup leathers that I have are from Smart Pack Equine, and they are the no stretch stirrups, so they have a nylon core. So even though I'm, conditioning the leather and I'm softening it, the leather isn't going to stretch over time because of the nylon core. And after I have cleaned everything and allowed the leather conditioner to soak in, then I'm going to put my stirrups back on the leathers and then back onto the saddle. I like to make sure that the leather conditioner has all soaked in before I do this, because again, I don't want to stretch the leather. And so first I put in one stirrup, and then I do the other side. And sometimes it's hard to get the stirrup leathers to go back on, but just with a little bit of work, it'll happen. This is what my water looks like after I've cleaned my saddle. This was not cleaning it for 1 week, and that's how dirty the water gets. So it didn't look that dirty, but as you can see from the water, it was pretty dirty. And this is the finished product. The saddle has been cleaned and conditioned, and it is ready to have its cover put on and go back into my little loft area so that it's protected. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed this video of how I clean my saddle. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.